I bet. So plan for today, basically just cook up some heat, you know what I mean? So make some beats, make some presets, make some midis, probably loops. I end up doing like all sorts, because that's how I usually do my streams. I just end up doing random things, but I'm trying to entertain you and like teach you things too here and there, so you can pick up on some saucy things, you know? I was already cooking. I had this like going. I made this MIDI with my plastic serum bank. Shameless plug. Just kidding. I'm just doing it here for y'all, you know? Like, I could have done this like in private, but let's just make beats. You know, simple top line with some chords, but like playing them like more like strummed. And then like you got down here like the brute notes. We put like a Panda 808, like dude, hologram kit. Dropping this Saturday. Use the Panda 808. Dude, Panda 808 don't make no sense. I don't know who made this one. If y'all got any questions about what I do, just feel free to ask. I'm reading chat, top right. Like I never use this one, but you can do like Option or Alt U, and you can like literally use like this function. But I barely ever use this. But I don't like the way, because it doesn't do triplets, I believe. So you have to like manually do them. And then all velocities are also randomized, not my intention. How old am I? I am 21 years old. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm not from Russia. No, I'm not from Russia. I just speak some words, you know. That's it. What's good, Skizzy? But yeah, we're just singing here right now. It's just like this, the melody. All I've done, melody, MIDI, preset, key. It's too easy. Some low end EQ, and that's it, you know. What I like to do is, so F is a nice note here to round it off, you know, because you can do this, shorten it, then zoom in a little bit. That's like some of my signature things that I do on my beats. I like to make like 808 patterns glued together, basically. When they loop, like it goes. Of course, like the MIDI right now is like in like one big pattern, so I'm gonna split MIDI drums and MIDI melody from each other, so we can loop. So I'm gonna pull up some more serum. Where from you teach real words? My driving instructor. I'm currently still like having driving classes. He's Russian, or actually Ukraine, but he lived in Russia too, and he speaks Russian. So we be like prava, dliva, and that kind of stuff, you know. Seredina, прекрасно, хорош, спасибо, привет. Like all these like small words, which is like, you know, пока, things that I just learned when like just, you know, talking to him, because he'd be speaking Russian to like the people on the phone too, and yeah, you just pick up some things. But yeah, I want to layer. I can like talk for days. No Russian in chat, please. Keep it English, boys. All US / like let everyone just read the things together. Like try and speak English with each other. You can like private chat Russian, of course, but you know, make sure everyone can read along. That's how easy it is. Raindrop, drop top. Give it some bounce. Right now it's like, Looperator, super saucy plugin for the new people in here with like new VSTs and things. Looperator is basically my go-to with Grosby effect tricks, and I'm forgetting one. You know, like the Magic 4. Shaper Box too. Yeah, there you go. Cool effects FECs, I mean. Yeah, I'm just farming the Russians right now, bro. There's a bunch of them out there, you know? And a lot of them are super friendly. Portal is cool too. I'm just not, yeah, preset banks and such are cool in there, but if you just want to like manually tweak and learn the VST itself, it's kind of difficult. Really haven't like gotten into Portal like super, but still like a good thing. I'm gonna plug the stream, by the way, on the Internet Money group chat, you know? Get some Internet Money folk in here. Let's see who's gonna join. This lead's hard from Philip, X-File lead. Oh, that's kind of loud. Sorry for your ears, guys. Harsh tones. Usually it's very nice to like do beats and then like, you know, if you want to do like filler stuff, like make it sound more like full or rich, you can basically just, you know, put like one note in it. Make it like short. Select like half a bar and then like let it play. I extended the last note because I want to do something with it that I know I can do. Just pulling up a gross beat, and like if you learn like these VSTs, you know, like how to do things like pretty fast. If you hold like what is it, there's a snap to grit function in Grosbeat, which is like, let me check which shortcut it is on Mac. It's on 1/8 grit right now, but if you put it on 1/4 grit on here on the side, you can like hold control, I think, and then you basically have a snap to grit, which is pretty nice, because some people like trying to click in things and then it's all over the place, super difficult to like get rid of. There's also now undo in the latest versions of FL Studio. Make sure to update your FL Studio. You can now undo in Grosbeat. It wasn't like a thing before, but right now it is. So that's like super cool. But I'm trying to get this small dot over here, then make this one single curve. If you know how Grosbeat works, you can just reverse it. That's like, this is like super cranky. You go like, it goes like 2 times speed. But if you do like, it reverses. So, but I might end up using Effectrix because the like what is it called? Like the sampler in here or something. I can change like the tempo of it. There you go. So like reverse the end. Then because it's like a layer thing. Oh, sorry, I haven't checked like the. Okay, yo, man, I regret my FL from. Okay, yeah, well, there's a bunch of pirates probably in here, but my FL Studio is like legit properly bought. We got the license. But yeah, you can update things. Mr. Mar, it was good, Tom. Tom French with the Rex. Shout out, Tom. Things with these like sounds, they kind of in the middle of the center with leads. You don't want them in the center because, you know, that's where the focus of the artist got to be, so you don't want to do too much. So put some shaper box on, then put it on like 2 bar. Maybe sauce it up even more, you know, make it like more unique. Cause right now it just sounds like a counter, like a top layer melody. It's not really a counter. What do I want to do? I know in looping there's some cool stuff. There's like the DJ6 one. Or some, what is it called? Oh, it's scratching. Yeah, DJ6. Let's go. This is gonna come with like an additional low end. We don't want that. And I noticed that there's like some low to mid frequencies that I don't want to hear in here. So like there it's a bit harsh, so we basically just put a dynamic EQ in here. Make sure my stream is not muted. Oh, thank God. I got like a mute toggle, so whenever I go mute it, please just spam chat, okay? Put up just for emo. Hey, what's good, boys? What, Effectrix? I'm not sure. Zero Crazy. What you mean, Vision? It's so worth buying. Yeah, exactly. Just buy FL Studio. You're gonna make it back within like, I don't know. How long have I been producing beats? 4 years. I've been producing since summer 2017. Internet money got me into producing. Plus like Team 88's outside, you know, the live streams. Feeling the need of like wanting to know how they produce the beats on songs. That's basically what got me into producing. Like, want to know how it's done. And apparently it was through a computer, and I'm pretty good with computers, so. Inspiration, just, you know, surround yourself with people that you like listening to, and try and connect with them. All my broskies like motivate me daily. Bass player, Kai, all the people from Hologram, Internet Money. Like, they just inspire me like so often. And from there, like, I've been daily uploading YouTube for like 273 days, or today was number 274. Yeah. Yeah, let's use a perk on this. I feel like a perk. That's a cool perk. I made this one. That's so weird. This one too. Also this one. And that one. I'm trying to look. Maybe go for something simple like this one. Let's call it Zap. Fun fact, I'm programming in the wrong pattern. This is the melody pattern. We want a pattern too. Browser on the right side, gang. Yes, sir. You already know. Y'all slacking if you didn't know I was Hologram. I dropped like 4 kits in like the last 3 months. But that's cool. This is like the highest quality stream. Yeah, is it like looking good? You know, is it looking like crispy? That's what we like. That's what I'm going for. I study computer science, so like quality and stuff is like my main focus. Got 85 people in here saying hi in chat. Connect with each other. Hey, what's good, Kai? Shout out Kai. Kai in chat. He's my daily inspiration. I want to do like a. I want to do like a Ken Carson stare, you know, like or something, like That's how I do things. Like I think of like things in my head and I just basically do them with my mouth, like my voice. Da 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 da. That's what I want to do. So I look for something. Nice synth by Kai. Shout out Kai. Let's go. Buzz sound kit. Sound synth. Put it downwards. Number 4. Route it to my channel. That's Command L. Control F here in Windows. Or I could go crazy on like a counter lead. I don't know. Ooh, I want to use H delay on this because I know from the Waves bundle, H delay is like a super fire delay. Very nice. Just need to like make your preset in it so you can like instantly go to it. Good Dinox. You kind of like create different bounces for like gross beat, stutters, and stuff like that. Only thing that I don't like is it doesn't play the ending note like this one. I want it to play this one, so I have to like figure out a way to like how to like get it to play that one. I think like this. Nah, we not using Logic Pro. No offense, but not a fan. Only it's like good for taping. Saucy tip of the day, there's a drop down menu in gross beat. If you go to click reduction and you go to high, it's for melodic purposes. Basically declicks your melody more, less clicky noises in gross beat. We all like that. Less clicky is better. It still doesn't do what I want, unfortunately. Oh, that's a bit too much on the feedback. I almost forgot this layer existed. What's good? Full energy. That's a nice name. check out some of these new open hats from the hologram drum kit. Jerpoo. This one's clean. Stab. Let's go with stab. Stabby. That's a dope snare. Ooh, crisp. It's kind of like a no-lie snare. That's the one I made. It's more like a snare for like a main hit. Same goes for like reliable. Slapper sounds good. Slapper sounds like more subtle. This one's cool. Let's see how well my MacBook's gonna handle this. We're gonna route everything to a bus, then recolor it so it's like distinguishable. Then lock it. Then looperator it. Add some basic pauses to it. Which is gonna like put emphasis on this perk. You're always gonna hear it. Maybe go for like a nice serum bass sound, very subtle bass. I know there's one in Flux with synthetic. It's the simplest one because it's very simple. Bro, this MacBook, like it's blowing air. As you can see, top right here in the top of my screen. Besides the Bluetooth icon and the Dropbox icon, there's like a temperature. And it's basically beneath that there's like a number. It's like the like what is it? It's like my fans P basically. And right now my fans are doing like 3800 like tours. Like I don't even know like what the unit is, but yeah, they spinning right now. Usually it doesn't spin. Okay, honestly, this clap pattern is kind of boring. So, like, switching over your clap patterns is very cool, important. Like, creates new bounces. Some people like dislike off-timed claps, but they just don't understand the bounce. What's good, Shark? Quickly like checking. I like listening to my beat like more than other people might do. Like there's like producers that can like make beats like super fast. I like to take my time a bit more. Wait, we can do the clap, the delayed clap right here. We can just keep this one like normal and then delayed clap over there, but with the perk removed, and then the perk over here should hit. This one's pretty cool. I think I can like stash it in somewhere. This one's so loud for my feeling. Oh, maybe it's double layered. How fast do y'all make beats? Like, give me your numbers in chat. Like, is that the new MacBook Pro? Yeah, it is. It's like the, wait, I can twist my cam a bit. It's like right here. It's a 2021 model. Let's see, I just shifted my thing back. Yeah, angle looks great. 20 minutes. Y'all doing 20 minutes? Yeah, that's like the Kai standing there. Goddamn. I like to take 40. Like when I'm feeling it, I do the 40. I'm just gonna show this to y'all real quick, because like I'm on stream right now anyway, and there's like quite some people watching. Okay, so a bunch of people always ask, YMAR, how do you mix your like your kicks? 2% on the boost knob. Pay attention. 2% boost knob, all the way full on channel rec, and then turn everything off that you basically can see. Then kick over here, all the way up velocity, and you got your kick. To even make it cleaner, you can literally sidechain it. I made a preset with my 808, so it's already like basically there. I only have to turn it on. If you're really lazy, you can just literally copy over 808 pattern, select everything, and then basically copy the 808, put it on the kick, then Option K on Mac or Alt K on Windows. Then basically you do it here. Then you basically shrink everything to like one note. Then you can select C5 as that note and raise velocity. Nah, we spent more time today on that beat, Kai. I played it at the start of the stream. People loved it. We did that gospel beat. I didn't sign to Internet Money. I'm part of Hologram. We basically merged. It's like a partnership / merger. It's called merger. Monster is a soft clipper, some EQ. That's it. The way you sidechain a kick, you get a fruity limiter, and then you put it on your 808 track, and you have your kick track. Then you go to your kick track and right click over here. And then you got these cables, like at the bottom you got this like up arrow of your 808 track, and then you go sidechain to this track. Then usually whenever you're in here, you just go to your compressor tab and put on the sidechain. And then it sidechains. Whoa. This beat doesn't need a kick, but I just wanted to show y'all real quick because, you know, I'm on stream anyways. To reset a channel real quick, by the way, pretty nice. You just right click it and press E, and then it jumps to like, I think it's like, I don't even know. I can't find it, but like right click E just basically means reset this entire channel, which is quite, yeah, here. Reset selected tracks to default, so it basically clears it. Very useful. Let me put some pace behind this beat. I want to start something new. Like this one is like it's in the scale, but it doesn't like follow the root progression, but I do like it. I could do like the basic, you know, follow my root notes. You know, my 808's already doing that, so. Sub kind of sounded boring, not gonna lie. So what we're gonna do is route to the mel bus as well, and then we're basically gonna put on some looperator. Put on my disc preset. Shaper box it went on. That's not shaper box, but we'll take it. I accidentally placed a no over here. That's kind of funny. So yeah, there we go. Beat done, I think. It can't be just 3 layers, is it? Nah, that's not true. Lead and then the sub. Oh, the sub and the synth, they together. Whoops. That's why. Okay, I was like, dude, I got 5 VSTs going. Like, what's up? Where's Mother 2? Here we go. And then pattern 4. Copy these over. Right clicks S. Split by mixer track. Everyone knows that shortcut. If you don't, now you do. Select all these. Drag them in. Oh, get rid of those. Extend them out. People, if you're a person that does not extend these out, I don't know if I can cook up with you. No, not gonna lie. Like, if you don't cut these out and like I'll make them all look even, like they're like nice blocks, like, oh man. People like who don't do that give me anxiety. What's good? OC DMAR, yes sir. OC DMAR edit. Alright, let's do a quick little intro. Make sure you turn off EQs if you don't use them anymore. They're gonna like compress your sound. It's subtle, but there's a noticeable difference. Randomized velocities for like more natural like sound. Let's do this layout. Like I like to like sometimes do this where I just fade it in and then no 808 yet, but like get the clap cutting in at like the second one. There you go. only thing that's confusing with sub basses and doing them differently than the 808 is that the progression is gonna be like, yo, what's happening here? So I could either kind of like the way this progress is more calm. Let's fix this real quick. I want to do this pattern like, and then it goes to C. I think that's it. See, and that's why it's important to, like, you know, go back and like also add like a sub bass. Like your beat's gonna change and like come out nicer. Like the way like the notes initially play was like too busy in my opinion, like when it comes to progression wise. Now there's like more room for the artist to like melodically flow on it. 100 people in here, let's go. Let's just copy over this. I'm fine with that, honestly. Just copy this one over, maybe like crank it up. Just do the same as there. And then the velocity bit. Also make sure if you got my serum banks, for the people in here that use my serum banks, make sure to play with velocity. Velocity just adds like so much more like depth to my like the sound that you're basically outputting, because like all of my patches are basically the velocity bind is like onto all like levels and interesting filters. They just change the way it sounds. I think we're good now. So now we just gotta do the 808 according to like the root notes we just changed. So like dun dun dun, it's like super busy. So I went more like the dun dun dun. Like the sub bass goes down here, but that's okay. Like this tail can still remain here because it's not gonna like clash with your melody. I usually try to leave out snares and perks and then like an extra additional open hat. Let's do like a different 808 for this verse, just to like, you know, indicate to the listener, hey, there's going to be a change in the song, what's happening? And it's gonna be like the first part. So let's go through like the 808s. One note is off. Which one is off? You mean the C is off? Yeah, it's gotta be C, you're correct. That's like the danger when it comes to like playing like 808s long after each other. That's just the scaly one I made. like working too long on a beat is gonna make you tone deaf. It's like very interesting how that works. But if you just been listening to the same thing over and over, you're eventually not gonna hear it anymore. Like, I don't know if you guys had that before. Let me know if you had it before. But it's like an interesting thing that like sometimes can happen. Where's my 808 pattern? There we go. Let's shape this bad boy up. Honestly, we don't really need to boost this, but it's like we don't have kicks, so we can like just let it blast. I like shorter 808s than first. I basically, whenever there's a clap, I'm gonna just leave like room for it, so like the clap gets like there's emphasis put on the clap. Like right here you can't, but like here you can. So maybe let's think. So you get into the verse, so like 3, 2. Maybe we should just fully cut out like. Tease the sound here, cut it out here, bring it back in the verse, or I mean second part of the hook. Nah, I can't tease this. Honestly. Sounds too nice to like not put in. You know, always works, you know, just, you know, adding like the classic riser. Always like a nice touch up. You don't have to do this, it's fully optional, but you can just like, you know, grab one. Not that one, this one. Don't want to spoil the bird yet. Yeah, that's nice. The way it hits there is cool. I want to do this. That's better. Because right here it hits C2, and over here it goes to. We have to change it. That's nicer in my opinion. Copy it over, paste it in, and I don't think we have any. If you double right click on the ghost note, it's gonna pop you into that channel. Super fire tip. Like if you right click like twice on like a ghost note, if you're in a different pattern, so let's say I'm in synth 2, I mean like see I'm in synth 2 piano roll, but I want to go to synth 1. Double right right click onto the ghost note and it's gonna like snap to that one. Or you can use Command K or Control K. It's gonna cycle you through all like patterns, as you can see. And in the piano roll here, where my mouse is, Control K is gonna like flip you through all of them. There you go. So like then you basically repeat what you had going. chop it up with the cutting tool, and then shift over, and then remove this, and then you're basically good to go, I think. Another riser over here. And if you're a co-producer, of course you'll have your own cool tag, of course.
I'm trying to get like YMAR.
Y'all ghost producing me. Which one is C sharp? What do you mean? Is there a C sharp? This is a C.
I'm trying to get like
that one is C.
I'm trying to get like
It starts getting messy whenever I'm like going fast and having to like whenever I add subs, I start doing different progressions just to like, you know, finalize the beat. And then I have to like change 808 patterns accordingly. Like I always do this, like I always end up like switching, like adding like a sub bass, and then like I end up like switching the progression. I can literally halftime this beat and start like another progression. Like watch. Let me do this. If I unroute the sub bass and I put it to the master, and then the halftime bus, or like I mean the melody bus, I put on halftime. Watch this, different progression, same MIDI, but half-timed. You can go all sorts of ways and just make it match and like change up the vibe of it. And you can even extend it. This is like a nice trick to like, if you want to like make the most out of your loops, you can literally half-time your loop and you can create a new loop on top of it. See, like now I go D instead of D sharp over here, even though it was like D sharp before. Now you can go D because you changed the progression because you half-timed it. But yeah, that's just like a quick showcase, and I just messed up my sub pattern. But if it's right, we can just go fully back to the original one. I think. Can I go to current project and then history and then scroll all the way down? As you can see, these are like all the changes that are on top of the stack. Move playlist track. Let's see. I did stuff over here that I want. Then I pulled up the halftime, which I don't want, so let's get rid of you again. Reroute the sub towards the mel bus that I made, and now we're good to go. Oh shit! Yo, is it online? Yo guys, super crazy thing. My boy Yuzu in chat, he's like a creative director. He does videos and stuff. He edits like a lot of my things. And if it's right, if we go to instagram.com/OnsOranje, which is basically the Netherlands official football team, there's a video now here, up and live, and it's edited by Yuzu, and I hope we don't get into like any copyright struggles with this. Actually, we don't, because I own 50% of this whole thing, audio-wise. Like for all the Dutch people, they know who these people are, but for the non-Dutch people, this is like the official soccer team from the Netherlands. And Yuzu edited like a small like hype video for it, and like it's like an interland, I think, like a football match between like two countries, so like Germany and Denmark. So yeah, and they do like this like teaser video to hype them up, like the audience and the crowd. So this is like the official like Dutch like profile, like what 1.2 mil followers, and you edit this. And we got my beat in it. This is my beat. All shots done by Yuzu. Shit crazy. These are like the legit players from the Netherlands, and my beat on it. Depay, Memphis Depay. Some other dope players. Yes, sir. That's my beat. It's called Hopscotch, so I produced that. It's like a super like I don't know, like cool sounding thing. Wait, if I can find it. Ferno did the MIDI, and I did like the entire like layering, all the sounds, and like the whole beat. So this is the beat. So we did that. We got a fucking, I shouldn't cuss. We got a crazy ass
I'm trying to give
like soccer placement, ad commercial placement, some different. Ferno did the MIDI, I did the rest. People think Ferno did like everything on the sounds, but I did the sounds and everything. It's just his MIDI. I always surprise people when I say that. I don't know if I can open that FLP. I made the FLP before I was on I made the melody before I was on MacBook, so I don't have my contact banks on here, but I used what's it, like the Session Horns Pro on it. So I can't show it, unfortunately, because it won't load. I can show like the MIDI for it and stuff like that, but like there's Omni in it and there's Contact in it, and I think that's it. And some one shots from Des Right or Coop the Truth. But yeah, fun side note. Shout out to Yuzu. He got me that placement, basically, an ad commercial placement. So cool. I have to like post that on my story because that's a dub. But yeah, let's just focus. See, this is what I mentioned this in the start. I always get sidetracked, and then like I end up like talking to chat a lot, which is like not a problem because I'm here to like entertain y'all. But I also want to just get some work done, you know. But yeah, if you got any questions related to like producing or just like, I don't know, anything about me, if you don't know me yet, follow me on Instagram at 80.YMAR. The 80 stands for the first two like digits of the 808, but I didn't want to go like 808 Mafia, so I was like, let's do 80, and then like it's kind of like fluent with YMAR, so 80.YMAR. You can like say it pretty fast. But usually I always show FLPs of things. I got no sauce. Like that's my whole like thing. I don't do sauce. Like it's just things that you can learn, but I'm not gonna be like secretive about them. I think it's nice to like leave out the synth at like the second part. It's like the synths there, cause like right here more drums come in, so it's like nice to like put more emphasis on the drum part, so like they shine more. What do you do to combat beat block? How do I fight? How do I oppose against beat blocks? Honestly, I haven't had like I don't know. I start with a left hook, AK-47. Nah, the way yeah, I don't know. I don't have creative blocks. That's my whole thing. I don't have them. Like I had them before, but like it usually be over within like a day or so. Like it's just I surrounded myself with like a bunch of creative people, and I just never lose inspiration because these people are just mad creative. Like Kai in chat, he's like super bubbly and like super social, always hyping me up. Also for bass player and like a bunch of other producers in my circle, and they just hype me up that much that I just like I don't get uninspired, if that makes sense. I don't get blocked. I just always have like music that I listen to that I get inspired from, or things that I hear from other producers. Like, dude, just start YouTube channeling, like do daily uploading, start listening and checking out people that make the same type beats as you do if you do YouTube uploading. And then like you can literally just listen to what they do and like get inspired from that. And like that's just how like you get like, I don't know, that's how I personally get motivated daily. So yeah, I don't know. Most of my learning, yeah, the initial start came from YouTube. So like the basic shortcuts, FL Studio and such from Nick Mira, vastly. But the rest, it's just self-taught, just experience, working with people. Shout out Iano Beats, he taught me how to mix. Then I created my own mix version on it, and then it's like basically leveling. That's the way I mix with Soft Clipper and EQ. And yeah. Anything else? What did I learn? The rest is just all self-taught, you know? Like, eventually you just start picking up. If you know the basics, you can just, like, start developing your own, like, way of doing things. So, yeah, there you go. So, for, like, the bridge here, first bridge, this is, like, hook, verse, bridge, and then you repeat it again, you know? That's my layout. That's how I do it usually. But like for the last outro, so like this is basically outro. This is like the second bridge or outro. I like to have like everything playing because it's like gonna sound like super coherent and cohesive.